Feed the flock of God which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, now by constraint, but willingly. Not by constraint, but willingly. For not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind. This should be interesting. First Peter chapter 5 and verse 2. Peter is emphasizing the fact that an elder occupying the office of bishop, elders are never spoken of in the singular. There was never to be only one. Is to be the shepherd of the flock. Shepherding suggests provision and protection, supervision and discipline, instruction and direction. The ministry of an elder is to be performed in a very positive way, but Peter also gives a negative injunction. First of all, Peter says that elders are to minister for the right reason, in the right spirit, not because they must do it, because they freely choose to do so. Well, will you notice what he says? Feed the flock of God which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly. Do it willingly. God doesn't want you to take an office in the church in this pouting spirit. Well, if you can't find anybody else to do it, I'll do it. My friend, don't you do it, because that is not the reason to serve Him. There is no value in serving Him if you are doing it under constraint, if you're drafted, in other words. Not for filthy lucre, but for a ready mind. Peter makes it clear that there must not only be the right reason and the right spirit, because they freely choose to serve, but there must also be the right motive for service. It is not to be for material gain, but the sheer delight of doing it. The elder is to find satisfaction in the job itself rather than in what he gets out of it. A number of years ago, my daughter and I were driving the freeway into Los Angeles together. This is J. Vernon McGee and not me. I'm reading through the Bible by J. Vernon McGee. And since she also had a job with the church that I was then uh, serving as pastor as usual, we got stuck in the traffic on the freeway. I said to her, "Look around at these people. Do you see anybody who looks happy?" There they sit under tension and pressure, trying to get to a job which they despise. Most people today are doing a job they do not like to do at all. It's wonderful to be in the Lord's service where you can do your job because you love to do it and want to do it. That has made the ministry of teaching the Word of God a sure joy to me. Simon Peter says that there must be a right motive in Christian service. Verse 3, neither as being lords over God's heritage, but being examples to the flock. First Peter chapter 5 and verse 3. In other words, an elder should exercise his ministry in the right manner, not driving, but leading, not domineering, but setting an example. It is a work, therefore, in which we ought to be an example to the flock. I do not think that a preacher should get into the pulpit and bow beat his congregation to do something that he actually is not doing himself. I made it a practice never to ask my congregation to give to any cause to which I didn't also give. I do not think we have a right to make a demand on other folk that we are not doing ourselves. And that concludes that section. Now we're going to move on to the